The top films of 2017. We're rolling film right now. What's up? It's Russell here at Hollywood Reviews, and if you guys haven't, go ahead and click that subscribe button, that little bell notification icon. You get notified anytime I drop a new movie review, trailer review, anything new. You guys will get notified, so go ahead and do that. And also, don't forget to like and comment. Well, we did it. 2017 in the books. And with that, the year has seen a lot of good movies and it's seen a lot of bad movies. This list here is going to be the top 10 best movies of the year that I have seen, in my personal opinion. Now, keep in mind, I didn't see every single movie that was released out in wide release, and do keep in mind that this is just my personal opinion, and everybody's list is obviously going to be different. All right, so before I dive into the top 10 list of 2017, I am going to go with 5 honorable mentions. Let's go with the first one with Roman J. Israel Esquire. I really enjoyed this film that Denzel Washington portrayed Roman J. Israel, and I really liked the legal drama thriller type movie, and I thought that Denzel Washington put on a heck of a performance, and it was nice to see Colin Farrell back into the spotlight again too. So with that one, that was one of my honorable mentions. Another honorable mention I have is the movie Wonder. It is based on the novel book titled Wonder, and it's about Augie, who is a kid that comes into being homeschooled and comes into the transition to coming into public school and has a facial deformity and is worried about how the kids are going to take that. And this movie was one of those movies that really struck home because I was picked on in school and bullied, and it was one of those movies that just stuck with me, and I really appreciated it. I thought Jacob Tremblay did a phenomenal job acting. He really shows that this kid has a lot of potential moving forward, and even Owen Wilson and Julia Roberts put on good roles as well. A movie I had to leave off the list that pained me, I tried to find room on a top 10, and I wanted to, but I couldn't, was Baby Driver. I really enjoyed the movie. I thought that it was a brand new take on the soundtrack, making the whole entire film. Every song pretty much coincide with the theme of the movie, so it was hard to keep that off. I wanted to put Edgar Wright's movie on there, but I just couldn't. There were just so many good movies that came out this year. I had to leave Baby Driver off, but I'm not going to sell it short in giving it an honorable mention because I really did enjoy it, and I thought it was a great action film that really kept you on the edge of your seat the whole entire way. The next honorable mention we have is M. Night Shyamalan's Split. It was so nice to finally get M. Night Shyamalan back into the spotlight and putting out good stuff after a little bit of hiccuping with The Happening, Lady in the Water, Last Airbender, and so on, bomb after bomb. Split really put Shyamalan back on the map, and it was really nice to see James McAvoy portray a guy with split personalities, and the ending really sets up a good sequel coming on down the road. So I'm anticipating it. I can't wait, and I had to put Split up there. There's only so much room for comic movies. There's a handful of them this year. I had to leave Thor Ragnarok off as my number one honorable mention. Taika Waititi really brought a lot of comedy into the Thor franchise, and I really liked the back and forth between Thor and Hulk with Mark Ruffalo. I really enjoyed that. I thought that was a fresh take on it, and the comedic aspect of what Waititi did, I really thought really livened up the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So moving forward, that's going to be fun to see what happens moving forward with that. And those are my 5 honorable mentions of 2017. Okay, so the top 10 is set. So let's go with number 10. My number 10 film came out in October, and it is Only the Brave. It was directed by Joseph Kosinski, and it was about the Granite Mountain firefighter hotshots. And pretty much this movie had tremendous acting from Miles Teller, Josh Brolin, Jeff Bridges, Jennifer Connelly. It had such a wide cast of superstars, and the film just really played on your emotional heartstrings. You could feel the tight-knit family unit of the firefighters putting out fires in the West. And I really thought that the movie just was really good, and I had to put it up there, and I had to show some love. So that was my number 10 film of 2017. Moving in at number 9. Number nine's release was released this month, and it is The Disaster Artist. Under James Franco's direction, and it stars James Franco and his brother, and it's based on the movie The Room with Tommy Wiseau, and it's basically, the movie follows the making of The Room. I just love the comedic aspect of it. I thought it was hilarious, and I just love the how you were rooting for Tommy Wiseau and Greg Sestero, and you're rooting for him the whole entire film, and I loved how they played it, and it was so funny. It's definitely a movie I'm going to check out again, so I had to put it up on a top 10, so that was my number 9. Moving into number 8, I have Lady Bird. It was directed by Greta Gerwig, who was making her directorial debut, and I absolutely love this movie. I thought Saoirse Ronan, again, she's such a versatile actress, and I thought that this film was a good coming-of-age film. It's like I said, it was a mix of Edge of 17 mixed with a tamer, watered-down 13, and it was just about finding life and finding direction in life at the age of 17, 18 years old. I really enjoyed it, and I'm really looking forward to seeing this movie shine in the spotlight there in the Oscars. So hopefully that'll get a little bit of Oscar love come in a couple months. But yeah, I had to put that on there. I really enjoyed Lady Bird, so you guys absolutely need to check it out. All right, number 7. The summer saw a lot of blockbusters and it saw a lot of flops, but number 7 really put things back in perspective. Patty Jenkins directed a little film called Wonder Woman, and that is my number 7 film of 2017. Gal Gadot comes in as Wonder Woman. I thought it was absolutely great. Really good way to put the DC universe back on the map, and I thought, what better way with Wonder Woman? I thought that the film was excellent. Jenkins' direction really, really shined, and it really set things up for the DCEU. I know that Justice League didn't get the favorable reviews that they were looking for, but Gal Gadot was nothing short of excellent in that film either. But the sky is bright for Wonder Woman, and I had to show some love for the DC Universe for my number 7 film. My number 6 film came out in July, and it is The Big Sick. It was directed by Michael Showalter, and it stars Kumail Nanjiani and Zoe Kazan, and it's about a family dynamic where they pick arranged marriages, but he goes his own way and falls in love with an American girl, and it basically tells the story of love through everything, through the ups and downs, through families, cultures, and everything. And I really enjoyed it. It was such a great film, and I really loved the awkwardness of Kumail trying to bond with what the heck is that? Holly Hunter and Ray Romano, and it was just a cute film, and it was really good to see these independent movies getting some love. So, like I said, The Big Sick was a really excellent film. If you're in the mood for like a comedic romance, this is definitely one. We're gonna go ahead and move forward now into my top 5. The number 5 movie is 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. It came out in November, and it was directed by Martin McDonough. Frances McDormand was excellent in this film. She plays a heartbroken female mother whose daughter was raped and murdered, and she takes out 3 billboards and she puts them up because she wants to remind police not to give up and to keep fighting to try to find out who committed this heinous crime. Excellent acting all across the board. Sam Rockwell was excellent, gave a performance of his career, and Frances McDormand was nothing short of amazing in this film. Very, very good film, and I had to put it up in my top 5. Moving on, number 4, I have Wind River. This movie came out in August and was directed by Taylor Sheridan, and when this movie came out, I had a feeling this was going to make my top 10. Jeremy Renner plays a Alaskan-type hunter, and Elizabeth Olsen plays an FBI, I'm pretty sure she's FBI. Well, there's a murder. The Jeremy Renner finds a dead body, and Elizabeth Olsen's character comes in to investigate it in the Alaskan wilderness, and they have to try to find out who did it. This movie was a pulse-pounding thriller from the get-go. I really thought that Jeremy Renner's character and Elizabeth Olsen had great screen chemistry together. I really liked Jeremy Renner. This was a different Jeremy Renner than we're normally seeing. He's not playing Jason Bourne, or he's not playing Hawkeye in the Avengers. This was a good, fresh start for him, so I really appreciated that, and I really loved the film. So if you're in a mood for a thriller action type movie, definitely check this one out. Moving into my top 3 movies of 2017, there was a little animation studio called Pixar, and they brought out Coco, which was absolutely phenomenal. I loved the music. I loved the fresh, vibrant colors of this whole entire film. It was so good just to see this film on screen and unfold before my very eyes. I really enjoyed the direction that they took this movie. It was about a boy who has this big, strong passion for music, and it takes him on an unforgettable journey. If you guys have not seen it, this movie was the best animated film of 2017, in my personal opinion, and it was really enjoyable, and it was good for the kids, too. So if you have children who love cartoons, I would absolutely take them to go see this. The soundtrack was great, and it really hits at the heartstrings, too, as only Pixar can do. Moving into my top two positions here of 2017, these two films came out earlier in the year, and they really never shuffled. There was a lot of movies that came out, but I couldn't move these ones out. My number two movie came out in February. You may have heard of it. It's called Get Out. It was directed by Jordan Peele, who made his directorial debut, and it's about an African-American and a white woman that dates each other, and he goes to her parents' house to meet the parents for the first time, and all this fun stuff ensues. It really plays on racial profile, like just on racial tensions and stuff like that. And I really appreciated the direction that Jordan Peele went, especially because it's so prevalent now. So there's a lot of things that really hit home and that are social issues that are actually out there right now. And Jordan Peele, I like how the direction that he took to make this film, and I thought it was nothing short of a masterpiece for 2017. I absolutely had to put this on the list. When I saw it, I loved it. And it was just one of those movies that it always stuck in my head for the whole entire time of the year that I saw it. I saw it in February when it came out. Throughout the whole entire year, this movie was always on my list. It never moved. So it was that good of a film. If you guys haven't seen it, absolutely check it out. So that leaves my number one film. My number one film came out in March, and it is Logan. I absolutely love this movie, directed by James Mangold. It is a great way to send off such an iconic character, Hugh Jackman, Wolverine. Thought he put on a hell of a performance, probably one of the best in the whole entire 19 years that he had played Wolverine. And Patrick Stewart was nothing short of amazing. I really hope that these guys get some love come Oscar season. I thought that Patrick Stewart, as a best supporting actor, portraying Professor Xavier, who is slowly fading away mentally with his health. The film was just so gripping, and it really packs you in there from start to finish. And it's one of those old classic homages to westerns type comic movies. And I'll tell you what, this movie was just so great. I had to put this as my number one film of 2017. I really enjoyed it. Like I said, Hugh Jackman and Patrick Stewart were absolutely terrific in this film, and this was such a great proper send off to the Wolverine character. So I absolutely had to put it at number one for sure. Well, there you have it. There are my top 10 films of 2017, along with 5 honorable mentions. But more importantly, how does your top 10 look? Sound off there in the comments. What was your favorite film of 2017? Go ahead and sound off in the comments. Like I said, there was so many movies that came out this year. It was so hard to put all this pile of movies that I really enjoyed all together in a top 10 list. I had to leave off such great films that I just couldn't I didn't have room for them. There were so many movies I had on there. When I was making this list, I had about 25 to 30 movies that I really enjoyed this summer and this year. It was just so hard to leave some of these ones off. But I think that the top 10 that I have in the honorable mentions, I think that those 15 films were the best of 2017. So check it out. Check all these out. If you haven't seen them, go to the theater and go see them. And sound off in the comments. What did you guys think? What are your favorite films of 2017? Sound off there in the comments. And join me next time at Howell's Hollywood Reviews, when I will be bringing you the bottom of 2017. So you don't want to miss those. Those are always fun to see, the stink fest of 2017. So until then, we'll see you guys in Hollywood.